Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat pagi. Saya merasa terhormat bisa berada di sini untuk bertemu dengan anak-anak muda dan orang-orang muda. I'm very happy to be here to meet all of you. My name is Luhut Panjaitan. My background is I was a soldier. I graduated from a military academy in 1970, and I have been working as for 22 years at Kopassus Army Special Forces, and I have been educated in all the best armed forces all over the world. I have been to the U.S. And also to SAS in English, and also in Germany. So I'm a seasoned soldier. I have been assigned to different military. I have had many different military assignments, and I witnessed how my fellow soldiers passed away during battles. And I also attended using Washington University in the United States, and I also attended Defense University at Pentagon, and I have been ambassador to Indonesian ambassador to Singapore, and I was a Minister of Industry and Trade, and today I am Chief of Staff of the Presidential Office, and now I am a coordinating minister for law, legal, politics, and security affairs. And I would like to talk to you all about the future of Indonesia, with my many experiences is that I see that Indonesia has a very great future, and indeed currently our economy is not very good because of the exchange rate of the rupiah to the dollar, but actually Indonesian economy is still quite good. Some weeks ago I was invited to New York, and I spoke at some venues, Blackstone, and at some companies, including Morgan Stanley. I had discussion with them about the prospect of Indonesian economy, and from the conclusion and then I was also invited to American Institute seminar where I serve as a panelist in Singapore, and all the questions appreciated measures the government taken to improve our economy. Indeed, there are problems with regard to the perception of rupiah depreciation, and the rupiah depreciation does not seem very good, about 15%. But overall speaking, if we compare the rupiah to the currencies of other Asian countries, we are still among the best. But if we take a look at the economic development in general, hi Maria Reza. So Maria Reza is my old friend. Kita sudah bersahabat mungkin sejak 1990-an, bahkan mungkin lebih sebelum itu. One day I helped Maria Reza evacuate from Delhi back in 1908 during the reform. So I evacuated Maria Reza. So Maria Reza is a very old friend of mine, sahabat lama dari saya. I'm very happy to meet her. Saya kira dia di sini. So young person, I also came. I came with my youngest child, Carrie. He is a historian. She does not want to talk about business, but she studied at St. Andrews in Scotland, and then she continued her study at Sydney University. Because I also would like to know what really happened in Indonesia right now. And to those of you who are still very young, well, Indonesia has a very great future, and they've made the principle that Indonesia will become one of the top 5 in the world in terms of economy, and I believe that this is very possible because we have everything. Now what is happening in our government is we are making decisions which are very strategic, in which I'm also involved in such decision making. I told you that I have taken my master degree in strategy at Pentagon, and I also learned about I also studied economy, and I have also had practices economic practices. So I have
wawasan yang cukup dalam mengenai ekonomi,
good
pertahanan, keamanan.
in-depth insights
Nah, untuk Anda
on
ketahui,
economic
kita ini sebenarnya
on
mentransformasi
economy
Republik ini sekarang
and security.
dari
And
community base menjadi
actually we are transforming this republic
menjadi
from community based
manufacturing base. Ini sangat penting. Artinya apa? Kita
into,
bicara nilai tambah. Kita tidak bicara sekedar mengekspor raw material yang berpuluh tahun atau belas tahun itu
so
kita
meaning that
lakukan.
we are
Sekarang
talking
tidak.
about added value.
Kita membuat nilai tambah.
We
Nilai tambah itu sekarang
so
menurut
added
hemat
value
saya
in our
itu
opinion,
sangat bagus
in my
sehingga
opinion, is
kita
very good.
bisa akan
And so
melihat
that
hasil
we
lebih
are
bagus ke
able
depan.
to
Tapi
see
itu takes
better
time,
results
tidak
in the
bisa
future, but it takes
langsung
time.
sekarang. Mungkin
It
1,5
will
tahun, 2 tahun lagi baru kita lihat buahnya. Dari
the-
mana uang
the-
kita
the
membuat
results
itu?
are not
Itulah
instant
keberanian
yet,
kita
are
membuat
not
keputusan mengambil
immediate.
subsidi.
It will take
Subsidi itu kita
years,
potong
so we have to take
kira-kira
subsidy, and we cut the
1 miliar
subsidies
dolar.
by
Nah,
about
angka 21
$21
miliar
billion
ini atau 20
dollar
miliar,
a
tergantung
year.
biaya kursnya.
Well, it depends on
Itu
the
kita
exchange
alokasikanlah
rate
berbagai macam,
of the
mulai
rupiah,
infrastruktur,
and we allocate
pendidikan,
the money
kesehatan,
for
dan sebagainya.
infrastructure,
Itu sebabnya
health,
kalau Anda lihat
and
sekarang,
other
the
sectors.
first time in the
So
history of
we
Indonesia,
see this is the first time in the history of Indonesia that
sampai
the
sekarang
country's
hampir
infrastructure
21
budget amounts to
miliar
almost
dolar per tahun.
21
Kalau Anda lihat sekarang
billion
pembangunan
US dollar a
infrastruktur
year, and we
dari
are
mulai,
building infrastructure right now from Karanganyar,
Jawa, Banten sana, Banjarnegara,
sorry,
Banjarnegara,
from
all the way sampai ke
Banjarnegara
Jawa
in
Timur,
Banten
itu
all
akan
the way
selesai
to East Java
2015. Jadi
that
akan
would
terkait
be
toll road sampai
accomplished
ke
in
sana.
2000.
Artinya apa? Transport cost kita akan lebih murah.
20, meaning that
transport cost lebih murah,
our transport
itu akan
costs
membuat
would be
ekonomi
cheaper,
kita
and
lebih
that
bagus.
would make
Nah,
our
ini masa
economic
depan Anda. Era saya,
better. And this is your
saya sudah
future.
fading away.
My era,
Artinya
well,
saya 68
my era,
tahun.
I'm 60
Saya
is
tidak akan
fading away.
melihat itu lagi
I'm
bagian
68
daripada
years
saya.
old. I'm
Anda
not
sekali
going
yang
to see
akan
that this is
menikmati.
part
Anda
of the part
harus
of
membuat
my
kontinuitas itu.
achievement.
Tapi harus hati-hati.
But this
Kenapa?
is your part.
Bulan
You
Desember
have
ini
to
sudah ada
make that
masyarakat
achievement, but you have to be
ekonomi
very
Asia.
careful because in
Itu satu
December
masalah.
the
Kita tidak
Asian
bisa
economic
hindari. Itu sudah terjadi dari zaman
community will
40 tahun
arrive.
lalu zaman Pak
This is
Harto.
something that we cannot
Kita harus
avoid.
comply
We have
dengan
to
itu.
we
Nah,
have to
kalau kita
commit and
comply
we
dengan
have to
itu, apa
comply
akibatnya?
with that.
Sekarang
And
kualitas pendidikan.
so that
Sekarang
means that
tadi masalah produk-produk
this
kita harus
goes down
kompetitif.
to our
Kualitas
the
pendidikan ini
quality
salah
of
satu
our
masalah penting.
education,
Bonus
and
demografi.
also
Bonus
our
demografi ini
products have
berlaku
to be
hanya 2
competitive.
tahun.
And
Setelah itu kalau kita
there's
tidak
also
perbaiki
demographic
kualitas
bonus,
pendidikan
and we do not
kita, itu
improve
akan
the
menjadi
quality of our
backfire
education.
kita.
That
Nah,
would
Anda itu menjadi penting.
that would be a backfire
Anda
for
menjadi
us. So
penting.
that's
Jadi
why
oleh karena
you
itu,
are
menurut
important.
saya,
That's
kita
why,
harus
in our
betul-betul mampu
opinion,
jadi
you
manufacturing
have
base tadi.
to be
Manufacturing base
able
tadi
to
itu
become a
kita harus punya
manufacturing-based
teknologi.
country, meaning that
Sekarang
we have to have
masalahnya kita sadari,
technology. Now the problem is that
pendidikan berbasis teknologi itu hanya
technology-based
banyak di Jawa. Di
education
luar Jawa
is
kurang.
concentrated on
Nah, itu
the island
kewajiban
of
kita
Java.
semua. Sekarang kami dorong supaya
But not
bidang-bidang
outside
teknologi,
of
IT,
Java.
bidang
That's why
engineering, bidang
we are
masalah
obliged to
pembangunan
spread
itu harus ada yang berkualitas
this,
di luar Jawa.
outside
Pada
of
umumnya
Java.
semua di Jawa. Jadi
Because,
pemerataan itu
generally
penting.
speaking,
Itu sebabnya kalau Anda
the
lihat
IT
slogan daripada
is
sekarang
concentrated on Java.
pemerintah
So
ini adalah
that's why the
tadi
slogan
growth
of the
dan
government
equality.
is growth
Jadi
and
tidak hanya
equality.
bicara
So
pertumbuhan,
we are not just
tapi
talking
kita juga
about
bicara
growth,
pemerataan.
but we are
Karena
also talking
pemerataan
about the
itu kalau
importance
tidak
of,
ada, itu akan membuat
equality.
instabilitas. Apa ini instabilitas tadi?
Because
Karena
otherwise that
ketidakpuasan.
would stir
Apa
up
yang disebut kalau
instability
bahasa
because people will become
Inggrisnya
dissatisfied.
civil disobedience, pembangkangan sipil.
Or
Pembangkangan sipil
worse,
terjadi
that would lead
karena
to
perasaan
civil obedience, and because they are not because they are not satisfied. For example, land possession. We have 30%
sekarang pemerintah
of
fokus
the
mulai lihat.
of the
Kita mau
economic
bangun
pie
sekarang
allocated
jalan
to
perbatasan
peoples.
Kalimantan Utara.
And we want to build
mulai
a toll
sekarang.
road along
Kita pengen
the
ada kelapa sawit di
north
sana. Tapi
Kalimantan
kepemilikan
border. We
tidak
want
lagi
to
boleh
have
orang-orang
oil palm
harus diberikan lebih
plantations
banyak
there,
lagi kepada
but the
plasma
ownership
tadi.
shall not be
Itu salah
dominated
satu
by
dari masalah-masalah,
Indonesian business, prominent business, Indonesian
Tadi Anda
business
bicara, tadi
persons.
saya bicara ekonomi, saya bicara
They
pemerataan,
have also
saya
to
bicara
share their the economic pie
yes.
to the local people as well.
Masalah
Now,
ISIS,
talking about
masalah
security,
narkoba.
well, there are a lot of
Itu
problems
adalah
such as
musuh besar
ISIS
kita.
and then
Narkoba
drugs.
ini,
Drugs
saya
is
ketemu
our
kemarin di
large
Jawa
biggest
Timur
enemy.
dengan
Some time
18
ago in East Java, I met with 18 Muslim
bicara masalah dua hal
clerks. Prominent
surprise
18
sekali Bapak
Muslim
Kiai
clerks.
mengatakan
We
bahwa
talked for
narkoba
2
pun,
days, and I was
ekstasi
surprised that
sudah mulai menetrasi
drugs
kepada
and
pesantren. Ini harus
have
kita hadapi
penetrated
bersama.
the
Oleh karena
Islamic
itu,
boarding
pemerintah
schools, and we have to face this
para
challenge
pemuka-pemuka
together, and that's why the
agama,
government
kita
together with
dulu cari program apa.
with
Dan saya
religious
surprise
leaders
betul-betul.
sat
Para
down to
pemimpin-pemimpin
find
pesantren,
the right
kiai-kiai
program
besar
to
ini,
address the situation,
itu
and
mereka
I was
perannya sangat
surprised
tajam.
that
Jadi
the
apa?
Islamic
Menko
clerics
sudah
are
memberikan tadi pendapat
were very
bahayanya
sharp,
ini.
and so the
So
foreign
sekarang
minister have already
apa
told
action
about
plan-nya? Apa perdananya? Siapa
about the
berbuat apa?
danger.
Begitu
Now they're
berbuat.
asking,
Jadi
what
apa
is
yang
your
ingin
action
dikatakan?
plan? who shall be doing what. So the quality of our Islamic boarding schools are great, but we have to make them resilient. We have to, and we must see to it that the resilience is not destroyed. When it comes to ISIS, I think this is quite interesting because it also points to stability and stability challenge which we need to address. And in the Middle East, the stability there is very insecure. And I saw on TV how they kill people in Syria. And this is very disturbing, and you can check it out for yourself on the YouTube. And we do not want that to happen in this country. Our country is a big country with 250 million people, and we have to maintain the stability, our country's stability. Our funding as funded by our founding fathers. So you as young generations, you have to take care of economic growth, of equality, of demographic bonus, and also drug issues, because drugs are silent killers. When I was Indonesian ambassador to Singapore, I visited drug rehabilitation center in Singapore, and I was surprised because it turns out when people got drugged. When people got addicted to drugs, it was very difficult for them to free themselves from the shackle of drugs. And so you as young people, as rising stars, you have to be careful. You must not, especially if you already have children. In the past, I was thinking about my children, but now I'm thinking about my grandchildren. And these drugs issues are issues across ethnicities and across all religions and other sectors. And I think that's all. We have to do our work. We have to do our best. And lastly, as to why I'm still committed to this government, that's because first I see example of leadership, exemplary sample of leadership. Because this is key. If you can set an example, you can give example or model to your subordinates, you will be respected. And before I make a regulation, I always ask myself whether I'm able or capable of doing the regulation that I'm going to make. But if I am able, then I have to show to my subordinates that yes, I can do that. And because what is the consequences? Because I might also die in the battle, because I have to make dangerous maneuvers during the battle or in the battlefield. The same is also true for you and for me outside the military or within the military. And what I saw, what I see in President Jokowi is his commitment, and because he is daring, he to make decisions, and he also has a sense of responsibility, and he is willing to listen to things that not necessarily please him. And then second, you have to make decisions, because decision will break your popularity or will increase your popularity. And then three, you have to be daring to be responsible. You have to protect your subordinates, because this is important, because they have been working hard for you, and you have also be daring to say that I'm on your side, I'm your umbrella. This is something that you have to do, and if you do that, you will be a perfect leader. And that's I see. That qualities I see in President Jokowi. So until today, I'm still respecting what he is doing. I think that's all. My message for me as your seniors. Saya terima kasih sekali atas program ini. Dan saya kira program ini akan bermanfaat bagi kaum muda Indonesia. Dan kepada Maria Ressa, terima kasih bahwa Anda telah menyelenggarakan pertemuan yang cantik seperti ini. And congratulations to all of you. Hopefully Indonesia is getting better, and we have to be we have to be proud that we are Indonesians. I want to tell you a little bit about my daughter. She was born in the United States, and she was educated in the abroad, but she speaks and write fluently both in English and in the Indonesian language. So even though you are abroad, you have to go back to your identity as an Indonesian, and this is what makes me proud. If I see Indonesians, they are able to speak English very fluently, but I will be proud if they do not forget their roots, their Indonesian roots. Well, Mr. Luhut, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Well, please wait a moment, Mr. Luhut. I have chosen number 16. Natasha chose gender equality. Mas Dodi chose number 4, quality education. What is the most important goals for you, Mr. Luhut? I'm still thinking that education is important because quality education is our biggest problem. Because without education, we will not be able to face globalization. In my opinion, education is very important, and you have to learn, and never stop learning or never stop studying. Please give a big hand. Now we have a Q&A session. For those of you who want to ask the minister, well, use the opportunity, please. Please, or just one more. 2 persons are asking questions. Please mention your name and where you are from. Well, may the peace, grace, and blessing of Allah be with all of us. My name is Ahmad. I'm from FISIP of the University of Indonesia. I would like, in the context of SDGs, there are points on responsible consumptions, and then there are also points on reducing gaps. But 2 days ago in Lumajang, those who reject the miners, they were battered and they were also killed, and that involved, the village chief. I understand that you are also a mining businessman. What do you think about sustainable development? We are talking about development, but you see, development marginalize the poor. Development also kick them out. Now, what is your opinion as mining business persons, especially in the mining sector, and how this business could contribute to the local community or the surrounding community? My name is Ahmad. Well, may I answer this question to Brother Ahmad from the University of Indonesia? I'm happy to listen to your inputs. Mining is important, and we have to focus domestically. In the past, we exported our mining ores, our raw materials, but now we've prohibited that because, as you said, we want sustainability. That, for example, the generation of 35,000 watt electricity, why we have to export it? We have to use it domestically. So first, our domestic needs shall be prioritized, and later on exporting it if it is really necessary. But as you see, we want added value. We do not want to export raw materials so that our grandchildren could enjoy the fruit of the labor. And then you said about Marcella issues. Marcella is one of our biggest gas potential in the Arafura Sea. Their plan is to export the gas. I said no. Our gas compared to Iran and Saudi Arabia, our gas production is still very small. So please use the gas for domestic energy consumption or sources. Now about ownership, we do not want to marginalize local people. The local people also need to enjoy, to get a part of development pie, like oil palms, cocoa plantations. The local people also needs to get, a part of the development pie for the sake of fairness. Well, thank you for the opportunity. Good morning. Sir, I'm Randan from the University of Professor Dr. Mustafa, and I'm majoring in international relations. I would like to ask you about the infrastructure development. I really appreciate the government of Jokowi Jk to build infrastructure on a large scale from Sabang to Merauke, because I know that on the World Economic Forum, Indonesia is in the 77th rank. I mean, Indonesia belongs to one of the worst countries in the world in terms of infrastructure. Now, we will be able to enjoy good infrastructure after 5 or 10 years, meaning that this is for the long term. Now, for the short term, has the government has a concrete program to make 250 million Indonesian people prosperous, because I have heard quite a lot that many people are shouting, many people are complaining of because the rice prices are very expensive, and because prices are going up. Thank you. Now, when it comes to infrastructure, this is a big thing. We do not have to wait for 5 days. For 5 years. We have to wait, and maybe 2 or 3 years we could see the results, because of this relates to the cost of our transport. You can check the Google's 14.7%, if I'm not mistaken. This is the cost of transportation, but in Japan 4.9%, if I'm not mistaken. Our target is in 5 years to come that we have to be in the middle, that is 7.5%, and that the transportation growth would give great impacts to our economy, and that would also affect the prices. In Asian countries, our prices, especially food prices, are among the most expensive because of the transport costs. Because transport costs highly influence or affect the prices. Now, you are talking about what program the government has in order to control the prices. As I have said earlier, we are going to issue a package, but the immediate thing is about tech amnesty, meaning forgetting the past and we shall look forward. We will complete our database by offering tax amnesty. We expect to get more taxpayers. Currently, we have about 931,000 taxpayers. There are 27 million who has taxpayer identity numbers. Now, can we increase the taxpayers in 2 or 3 years, so that our income, so that the state revenues from taxes could increase? Now we have 200 and something trillion rupiah in tax revenues, and we expect that we could have 2,200 trillion in tax revenues, and that would also affect the food prices. And we are making effort to promote agriculture. We give Village Fund 20 trillion, and next year 40 trillion. And each village will get more or less 900 million Indonesian rupiah to revive the local economy, and that would reduce the prices, and we will also give cheap credits. Credits for small and medium enterprises will be reduced to 12%, and next year to 9%, so that small and medium enterprises could work, could be going on. So far, people buy mame from loan sharks, and they have to pay 30 to 40%. But now no more, and only a quarter of that. So we continue to make such measures. And lastly, the government provides 9 basic necessities, so that they are available, and they are and the prices are affordable. And we have enough rice stocks, so that so that rice will always be on the market, because if rice is not available on the market, things would be chaotic. And the same also true is also true for beef, eggs, and also corns, because we are still importing corns, and and president want to establish a corn body, well, because we are still importing corns, millions of tons of corns every year. But ladies and gentlemen, indeed we need to be patient, and we have been through difficult times, and some time ago commodity prices were very good, but we did not push for added value. We are now trying to add value, and this is a difficult choice. And within 1.5 years, if we could manage this, I believe that we will be through the difficult times or the hard times. One more thing. Well, okay. One more question. Just one question, well, because after this we'll enter into the next session. Well, thank you, sir, and thank you for the opportunity. My name is Stella Leonardo from the International Relations faculty of a university. I just want to share with you. Some time ago, I got the opportunity to join Expedition Nusantara Jaya. It's a program of the Maritime Ministry. So I went to the eastern part of Indonesia, and I got friends from Sonoaki. Maybe this is something that you have not heard. I also have friends and colleagues in Papua. We are in touch with each other through SMS, because the signals, the handphone signals are on and off, are intermittent. But now, because if you live in cities, and if you have no internet connection, in just one day you will be confused. You have difficult times. But what about those in outer islands with no internet connection? And I would like to ask you whether the government has a concept, in terms of IT, how to enable the outer islands to get signals, handphone signals, or internet connections, or phone connections. And I would like to ask the government to pay attention to the smallest issue. Well, hackathon, maybe you have read that hackathon is the brother of Ainun. I would like, I asked hackathon to make a good software system, because five has already been approved. It will be implemented in trade sector and also in the logistics sector. This is hackathon is made in Indonesia. Why we have to buy software from foreign countries? We can develop our own software, and the government has and president has received them from Ainun. There are 400 participants all over the Indonesia, and they are making apps or software to monitor the field, so that we can monitor the prices. And we are concerned about equalities, indeed right. The president will go to Silicon Valley. 10 years ago, I was in Silicon Valley, and we want to visit Apple. Apple created the so-called Loon. Loon is about 22 kilometers above, and that would cover remote areas. Would cover internet connection in remote areas, and we will try this out in Papua, in Maluku, and Sulawesi, whose internet connection is not very good. That would be covered by that, including West Nusa Tenggara and East Nusa Tenggara. And if this internet coverage could be had, then we could have better communication and also better education. One of the Loan programs are made by young people, including Indonesian young people. About 60 young people from Indonesia were there when I visited Silicon Valley, and when President Jokowi visited Silicon Valley, demonstration will be held, and we will make a model, and if the model is successful, we will develop or expand this program. The president is very open to the minds of young people, and he also would like to have young minds to develop this republic. We really understand the difficulties you are facing, and we are trying to identify the issues and addressing each of them. But again, this is not an overnight solution. But this is very fundamental, but I believe that in 1 or 2 years' time, we will see the results. As for prices, we are trying to maintain the prices using our strategy so that our people shall not be in hunger, shall not suffer from hunger. Well, thank you. Please give a big hand to Mr. Luhut. There is a lot of questions. Thank you, Mr. Luhut.